Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Aatrox, and we'll be facing off against the Fiddlesticks adventure from the Nightmares campaign. It's going to be a while until we finally get some new content, up until it will be 11th of February, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of this adventure specifically, maybe Viego as well. Maybe I'll try to do some of the weekly nightmares too. Try to change things up. But yeah, since I haven't played the Aatrox against Fiddlesticks, I figured I should give it a try. I think it's going to be rather rough though. My Aatrox is at 5 stars, but even 6 stars I think it would be rough. 6-star Aatrox doesn't seem like that much of a boost from 5 stars. I'm still running the same setup I ran on Aatrox last time. We just make him Titanic with the Luminous Orb so that we can get one extra mana from the Starforge Gauntlets. And then I have the Z-Drive prototype for the extra rerolls. Hopefully we can draft something that can take on Fiddlesticks. It's going to be hard though. Most of our game plan revolves around replacing our weapons a bunch of times to get extra stats on them, and that's not really something we can do consistently against Fiddlesticks because he will mill our entire deck. None of these are that great. Repassance. That might actually be the thing that pushes us over the edge. Now we can trade favorably against most of the opponent's units without having to worry about the survivability of our units. I guess this can still die to removal from the opponent, which is something most of the encounters in this adventure have access to. But hopefully we just get lucky. None of these are that great. I'll hit the Keeper of the Box so I have some healing. Then do this. Buff up our unit. Donate 7.
Bring me your darkness, my zapped comrade!
I guess I'll do this. Replace the card so that next turn I can do a Darkened Staff for a +4/+4 instead of +2/+2.
With our crystals combined,
It's only because I have the Keeper of the Box coming up that I can do this in a relatively safe fashion. But that extra healing I would probably refrain from playing so fast and loose with all our health.
darkness!
I can even go for a Violent Discord this turn to get more units on the board. Start cycling even more weapons, perhaps. Well, I should really only be cycling the ones that have items on them because those are the only ones that actually get extra stats.
The box bestows for a price.
And the opponent immediately removes my lifesteal unit. I should have figured that would happen. Let's see that. +4/+4. We'll do that there for extra stat. Place this one for the extra stat. And now I have no more mana. Well, let's attack with the one unit that doesn't die to any of the opponent's stuff. Let's give this Sporo some extra stats. We're opening up our units nicely. Let's drop down the Aatrox. Can actually go for Aatrox's champion spell relatively safely, because our Aatrox is going to heal back up to full health after every strike. Just like so.
Easily as clay.
Let's get rid of that one. This also makes it so we heal a little bit. That's fine. We'll take the 8 and just strike there. Let's drop down the Steadfast Elkin. I could pull the trigger on the World Ender. I'll do that. Let's try to close out the game this turn. Even if I don't close out the game, this is still going to be a decent amount of damage.
Through servitude.
That could have gone significantly worse. We did manage to restore a bit of health back with the Aatrox. But I'm not really convinced. I'm going to need a better setup if I want to take on Fiddlesticks. I can't afford to just cycle through weapons like I did right then. Let's pick up more Forsaken Buckeyes, I suppose. Yumi, Tristana, Volibear. Yumi, it's another form of attachment, so it kind of conflicts with our equipments because we can only have one attachment on the units, so that's a no there. Volibear is interesting, it's a way to ramp up, and maybe we can drop down the Volibear and then strike for a bunch. And then we have Tristana. Tristana has synergy with multi-region followers. We don't have any in this deck though. I still think Tristana might be the best choice though. Just because it's cheaper than Aatrox and we can get her down nice and early that way. Let's do the Vicious Mockery. I think we won't need to go through all the trouble of cycling the weapons against this encounter. In the meantime, in between releases, I might go ahead and make videos on something other than Legends of Runeterra because I don't really feel like constantly doing videos on the older content. Like that gets stale pretty quickly. I do Darkin Lodestone here. I guess so, just for the sake of the extra stats. That way you also trade favorably into one of the opponent's units. Okay, we don't, but at the very least we can do this. Now we can drop down the Keeper of the Box. I'll wait for the next turn though. Just in case. Balance discard. Decent. Generates 2 units. One of them dies immediately, but the other ones die as well, I guess, because of the glare. Could have gone for the Tristana, but I want to get the lifesteal unit down. Interesting, the opponent's not attacking. If he passes here again, I'm taking that pass, even though I can do more stuff. I could play the Poro. I want to go for Aatrox this turn. I'll wait a bit. We don't need to go for Aatrox right away. And do this. And we can attack with everything. Right after I buff up the Forsaken Buckeye, the opponent just debuffed. He needs to block this, but it's going to take way too much damage for his comfort. Yeah, that just results in all of my units getting buffed up. This is perfect. Yeah, I'm feeling significantly better now that we have the Repassance. Repassance against an encounter that can't really deal with most of my units on the first turn they're summoned means that I just start controlling my board with my superior stats that continuously grow. Let's prevent that from getting too buffed up. It's fine. I'll drop this unit just because it's a fleeting card. I want to get maximum value out of my stuff. And I guess I'll do this. Transform all of my units. That way we can hopefully go for a kill next turn. Probably won't happen though. The opponent has... Okay, I thought he was going to have 3 blockers, but turns out he only has D2. So yeah, it's very likely he dies here. Nice. Maybe I'm wrong about Aatrox. Maybe I just got extremely unlucky against the... What was it? The Elder Dragon adventure. Well, to be fair, the Elder Dragon is a rough encounter. I think it's situational. It depends on the champion a bit. If it's rougher than Fiddlesticks or not. Definitely picking up the Darken equipment. Get more equipment is always good. Face Sprout. Blade's Edge. Or Elf Potion on the Spell Cascade. Nah, we can do better than all of these spells. Spirits Unleashed. Not sure. It's a more... it's slow, but it's a buff to everything. That can be interesting. Thalassophobia or the Dread? The Dread debuffs my units. Thalassophobia, it can be a bit hard to establish a board presence, but I'm going to do it anyway. As soon as we get through most of the high attack units the opponent has access to, we start being able to keep control of the board, and then the opponent can't really do much of anything. Let's see what he does first. I might just go Tristana in to equip something on the Tristana. Okay, Short Tooth. Let's do Forsaken Bakai to try and bait out the list, perhaps. He goes Chum the Waters. That's fine. You know what? I have the lifesteal coming up. Really? I thought for sure the opponent was going to take this opportunity to use the list on the Forsaken Bakai. But it appears the opponent's not really keen on just trading his units in for free. Let's do this. We'll take a bunch of damage here. It's possible the opponent's waiting for me to place something that he can kill with the list. Let's do another Forsaken Bakai then. Didn't seem like he really wanted to kill the first one with the list. But now he does. Well, that was just what we were waiting for. Now we can safely drop down the Keeper of the Box. And I'll also do Tristana. There. Next turn I'll do Aatrox. Is it safe to go for Aatrox? Yeah, it is. You can't deal with any of my units with the list. I'm just playing to minimize any of the good hits he has access to with the list. But I wouldn't be playing this way if I didn't have the backup of the lifesteal here. Now you can afford to take things slow. Just heal up a bit with the lifesteal. Didn't realize he was going to be able to trade into the lifesteal unit, but it's fine. I still have Aatrox to heal up anyway. Let's do Vandal City Mayor. Interesting. I'm definitely picking up the leveled up Mordekaiser.
I'm sure your speech
Can you not kill the mayor that I just got, please? Kill the mayor. Do I kill the Aatrox? Yeah, sure, let's kill the Aatrox. Doesn't really matter, and as long as I get the Mordekaiser down, that's all that's relevant. It will allow me to start draining the opponent's Nexus every time I attack. Let's see if he plays something. No, just another list. I really wanted the opponent to play something else just so I could get some more healing off of the Aatrox. I guess I'll have to use the healer to heal after this encounter. Oh well. Didn't make use of the Mordekaiser's effect. But it would have been cool if I managed to get some use out of it. Bohuru Cultist, Raz Blood Main. Yeah, let's pick up the Bohuru Cultist. It's a follower, or a cultist. So it has some synergy for deck. Overprepared. If it was consistently a Darkin weapon, I might consider it, but no. Sandstone Scout, yeah. Now that's a bit better. Some early board presence. And that's about it. None of the other cards are that appealing. Oh, I don't even need to pick up healing. I didn't realize I had 16 regeneration on Aatrox. Damn. That's a considerable amount. Porosled, Forsaken Bakai, Keeper of the Box. Let's keep the Violent Discord and just toss the Porosled back. Those are some good hits for the opponent. He might start with a full board of units. And these are some bad hits for me. I don't get any extra stats.
Let me change into something more
From my units. I guess I can go Forsaken Bakai. Let's try to rig the top of our deck so that we don't draw a unit for the opponent. Let's do Darkin Harpoon for the card draw. Can safely do this. Buff up my Forsaken Bakai. Ooh, that's a good hit. Let's get rid of the Elise right away. And he has a second Elise in hand. Well, I can say a goodbye to my Forsaken Bakai. Or maybe not, he decided not to kill my Forsaken Bakai with the Elise. I guess Elise is too valuable to risk. Can draw two Aatrox this way. Or an Aatrox and the Tristana. The opponent doesn't really have access to removal. So let's do Tristana and just a Keeper with a Darkin weapon right away. This one. Next turn. I'll actually go for the Spirits Unleashed. If I get lucky and get a second one, I clear most of the opponent's board. Oh, I got unlucky. Well, at the very least he decided to waste the summons from the Necrotic Arachnoid, so things are not too poor for me. 3 to a unit. Let's attack like so. If he wants to trade a unit in, that's fine. I wanted to get the extra stats. Let's do Keeper of the Box, just so I have a lifesteal unit on the board. play an Aatrox here. Let's do Aatrox. That might stop the opponent from attacking. Or he might just attack anyway. I need a way to survive.
Into the abyss.
This allows me to survive. In fact, this mitigates a significant amount of damage.
You will see.
Yeah, let's trade the Keeper of the Box in. It doesn't feel too great to get rid of my only source of life still. But I don't want to die to some stray damage from the necrotic arachnoid, so this is for the best. Let's also get rid of that thing right away. And now, next turn I'm probably doing Deathbringer dance a bunch of times. Let's equip this guy. This is fine, we heal 1 from that, in fact. Let's get rid of the arachnoid, necrotic arachnoid. It has dealt way too much damage to my Nexus. Can get rid of this guy. And let's get rid of the no, not the elusive. Let's get rid of the higher attack unit as well. Forsaken Bakai. That's another Darkin. I transform my Darkins? Yeah, sure. Makes it so we deal a bit more damage to the opponent's Nexus. Now we can forcibly pull things with the Choral. Actually, let's pull the highest attack unit. It's fine. We don't kill the opponent, but we're in a better position than him. We have a full board. The opponent, unfortunately, doesn't have that many resources, and the resources he does have can be easily removed with the Aatrox. Oh, he's drawing. Does he have an out? By this point he probably doesn't. Let's just ensure victory by removing those two from the board. Ooh, necrotic arachnoid. Let's ensure that doesn't heal him too much. And now the game's over. Yeah, let's let him decide the blocks. No way he can block everything though. And done. Well, half of it's done. Should I go for the survive the night encounter? Maybe. Ooh. Spell shield regeneration. The regeneration is irrelevant because of our power, but the spell shield is nice. I think we want to give the extra bit of protection to the Aatrox. We have been pretty consistent when it comes to casting Aatrox's champion spell while he's on board. Ooh. That's one way to not die to Fiddlesticks. Let's just mass produce one card. And then we'll just never run out of cards. Toss those two, keep the Dark Ages and the Forsaken Bakai. Ooh. Of course the opponent starts off high rolling by hitting 2 Undyings right at the start. Why wouldn't he? Let's do Forsaken Bakai. We can jump block both of those two if need be. Let's do this. Buffs up the Forsaken Buck out of range of that thing. Let's block there. We'll block there. We're taking 25 and it feels absolutely terrible. This is fine. Can make it work. That's a Darkin. Some extra stats for the Forsaken Buckeye. I can equip a Darkin Lodestone on one of them. I can also use the Tristana to get rid of one of the Undyings. Perfect. And he hits another one. And he gets a copy off of it too. The opponent couldn't have asked for a better setup for him. Can try to do this to mitigate some of the damage. But now what we even do? Keeper of the box, try to keep ourselves alive. Can block there. Block here, block here. We get rid of the keeper of the box, but at the very least the opponent doesn't get to kill any of our important units. Let's pick up the largest unit.
I'm sure your speech will cheer us on regardless.
If I kill the unit, let's kill the mayor to buff up the Forsaken Buckeye. Spirits Unleashed. Hopefully we get a bunch of casts off of this. We don't. It's fine, however, because we're in a position where we can survive the next attack from the opponent. Gets to 3-4 Undyings actually. He dies next turn. So me doing this is actually fine. Unless he gets some sort of healing, of course. He'll take 20 damage. So he should die here. That's it. I just have to hope he dies here. He doesn't get over the edge. I thought for sure we could have ended this encounter without losing that much health, but the opponent getting 2 Undyings right at the start really messed us up. Did they change this encounter? I haven't played this against the Survive the Night encounter in a while, but we have been doing it a fair... we have been doing it a lot more recently. Well, at least in this last week, because I've been playing this adventure a lot more this past week. But it feels like they changed the that encounter so the opponent gets better hits more consistently. Because before, it didn't feel like that encounter was that oppressive. It felt like it took a while until he got to the Undyings. And the other stronger cards he has access to. But maybe I just got lucky all the other times I faced off against that encounter. What do we have here? Can do Tristana right away. Can also do Dark in Ages. Violent Discord. Let's do the Tristana. It captures that thing,
I love being a meaningless pawn.
but it's fine. We can do Darkin Halberd combined with our Arm to the Teeth. It's +4/+4 on the Tristana, so she goes up to 5 attack. Here, is that good enough? I think that's good enough. 6 attack actually.
Bring the boom.
It would be nice if I could hit into one of those, but he'll probably just block with the Scribe of Sorrows, so there's no point in doing that. That's extremely unfortunate. I should have known the opponent would just do that and prevent me from having fun at all. Now he gets another, or he gets the Foreground Snapvine back. And I can't even play any of my cards. No matter what I do here, I'll most likely die. I have to block here, and I can't block any of the other ones. Oh, that's an unfortunate loss. Well, I still have the backup in the form of the revive, but it seems like a waste to be using it here. Let's not. Maybe the problem was dropping down the Tristan right away. I'm probably better off just buffing up the Rock Hopper. Opponent got a bunch of hits at the start yet again. Well, at least this time I can give the Rock Hopper enough stats to kill the Overgrown Snapvine, so that's a plus. Never mind, the opponent immediately goes for a Crumble. And just like my hopes to win this adventure, that Rock Hopper was destroyed. I don't have any viable targets for any of my Darken weapons. The opponent deals 43 damage. Let's do Blooming Cultist. Let's go for a Darken Spear, I guess. Let's shuffle more Mayors in the deck. Well, now my hand is mostly empty, so I don't need to cast the counterfeit copies. Do I go for Aatrox here? Let's do the Mayor. It's cheaper, so I can play him alongside a weapon. Let me guess, a second Crumble. Yay! Let's get some hotheads into the deck, I suppose. Do I get to play the game, opponent? Or are you going to continue denying me, well, basically everything? I think it doesn't even matter at this point. The opponent just succeeded in preventing me from developing any sort of board presence, while at the same time dealing a bunch of damage to my Nexus. So no matter what I do here, the opponent will always have enough units to go through my defenses and kill me. Especially if he crumbles yet again. He started the game off with 3 crumbles in his hand. That's luck right there. What a way to lose. I'm definitely not upset about that or anything. Oh, I guess I got my hopes a bit too high for Aatrox. He's just not that great. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.